Oops, sorry for disturbing you. So just checking for eggs there before we head up the back field for a couple of hours. You're very welcome. So we're just going to head up the back fields for an hour or two, and then we'll try our luck on the front fields, see how we get on. So come on, let's go and have a wee look, see what we can find. So this signal is absolutely doing my head in. I just can't seem to be able to pinpoint it. First of all, it was up here. I'm just actually about to give up on it. First it was up here, then it was down at the bottom. Now I've lost it altogether. Oh. So I'm getting readings here, which when you start poking around disappears. Now it's over here. Now it's gone. I'll cut that, take that wee bit of sidewall out actually. You can tell what started off. The signal was quite good, it was a 37. Tone wise it wasn't bad, but the numbers were a wee bit jumpy. Oh, good, making a real pig's arse of this one. So that wee slices out. Oh, where did it go? Is that a bit of foil? Where are we? What have we got? It's a little thrippins. First hole. Made me work for it. Quick read that. Be George V, is it? Come on, focus. 1919. This, would you believe, is actually the third thrippins that I have got with the date 1919. Must have been a bumper year for 1919. George V, George V. First coin, first hole, and it's a silver. Very tiny, these. Over the moon. Absolutely beautiful. So I had that bunged out, had these sides dunged out, and over here dunged out. I have a hole there the size of a well, and it was up, come out of one of the side walls. But I'll check the hole because that really did give me the runaround. Very lovely indeed. Wee thrippins. Nice little coin. No wonder they get lost, they're very small. First World War era. Yeah. I'll take that. So this one here was a 33 334. It's like lead, very heavy. What have we got here? Got a bit of a rub in the grass. That's unusual. Definitely lead. Sort of a conical shape. I found something similar to that not that long ago. I wonder is it? So there's a hole in the bottom. A plum weight or something. It would hardly be a wee tiny, I don't know. Interesting shape all the same. I don't see any markings on it. There's none there that I can see. Looking through the viewfinder. I wonder. I must actually start bringing cocktail sticks with me, do you know that? There's for poking out wee bits of sod and mud. That's interesting. Answers on a postcard, please. For a bit of weight to it, it's definitely lead. Probably a little, I don't know, plum weight. Probably, possibly modern enough. 20th century. Start of the 20th century maybe. I don't know, only guessing. Looks as if it possibly may have been broken off something. Interesting. Yeah, the jury's out on this one. No idea. Cracking on. So this one was a rather solid 37. What on earth is that? Keeping with the lead theme by the looks of things. A lead sort of a day. Big lump of lead. What on earth is that? It's just a big splub of... Is it my imagination or does that look like a shell? Probably a decorative. Who would have decorative shells? I'll give that a little rub. Seems almost decorative, but that's probably just my imagination as usual. Does that look like a shell? A lead shell. Looks like a big lump of lead. Has that been shipped? Or is it just a big... put it down to just a big... Oh no, when you look at it from this angle, haven't a clue. Again, answers on a postcard. Definitely looks like a shell, but I think that's more by fluke than anything else. I wonder if it's some sort of a palm thing. If you were lighting a fire, like sometimes I light fires on my other channel, the bushcraft type channel, you would have something like this in the palm of your hand. You'd have the stick coming out of here, so you're sort of holding that on the stick, and then you're working your other stick with the cordage wrapped around the stick, and this is basically just can't see it. Well, it would actually make a very good one. And what I'm going to do, I will do this on the next video I'm out on the Frozen Mist Wild Camping channel. I will see if that will work. So that would fit nicely into the palm of your hand to position on top of the stick while your other arm is using the bow. Interesting. So, a nice 42, all bars to the right. Good solid signal. It's roundish, which is always a good sign. Is it a button? Or is it a coin? Looks like a little coin. Lovely nice patina on that one. Smooth. This side not smell. There we got St. George V again, is it? Let's have a look with these spectaculars. George V. That's actually in very, very good condition. Second coin. Take these all day, every day. Let's put a wee date for it. And we're looking at 1920 something. Can't make out the last one. What have we got? Can't really make out the last. 1920s anyway. That's an excellent condition actually. Some of the coins I'm getting lately, the old coppers have been completely gone. Look at that. Lovely definition on the portrait. Britannia. We have penny. Lovely. Saved just in time. I'd say another 50 years and I'll be gone. Good, second coin. And they're all Geordies so far. Well, two Georges. On to the next. So quite a deep hole. And it was a signal that had a nice high tone to it. But it was clipped. It was 45. And I kept digging and digging and digging. Then I found the rim of like a pot, and I said, oh yes, we're going to find a hoard of lovely gold sovereigns. But When I found the rim, I kept digging and digging and digging. One of those holes where you need your passport. Any badger would be proud. God almighty, I worked for that one. What a pile of So this one was giving me a 39 but no indications, although the tone wasn't bad. Not even on. We're on. Right. Oh, you see it? Looks like a coin. So what have we got here? Oh, give over you. I'll switch you off actually. Hold on a second. Looks like a wee toasty coin. Hold on 1 second, I'll get my spectaculars on. Spectaculars and viewfinder are not a great combination. So let me see, what have we got here? Bit of a silver sheen to that, but I'm thinking it's a baton. Yeah, it's a button. Thought it was a big silver hammer there for a second. Thin enough, but unfortunately it is not shank and tacti. Yeah, shank would have been there. That might have been a nice button at one stage. I don't know where any detail will come off it. A livery button or a big Gaylord button. Yeah, I'd say that was a reasonably nice big button at one stage, possibly. I can see that. Yeah, the shank there. Not sure if there's any writing on the back. I don't see it. Well, give it a little rub on the back. No, it's just looking like a once nice button. A silver coating on it. It's quite light. I thought it was, when I turned it over, I thought it was another hammered. Unfortunately not, but anyway, interesting. Just a baton. So this one was reading a nice bright 41, all bars to the right and no clipping. Just scoop some of that out. Oh, give over, would you? Do this one-handed. Still in. Or not. Hit that. Gives you the absolute runaround. Ah! I think we're on to another coin, boys. I have difficulty seeing this through the viewfinder, so I'll give it a wee rub on the trousers. Wee penny, it looks as though it I can see a Britannia. Probably all I'm going to see, mind you. It's gone. The green patina has started to rot and crust. That'll be second, lads. I can definitely see a Britannia just about, faint outline. This looks like an Edward. Looks like a bust there facing to the right, but can't see a date, but I don't know if you can make that out. There's a Britannia there somewhere. Let's see if I can get a wee date at the bottom. I think it's an Edward. I think that date's gone. I've actually walked around full circle and I'm actually near to where I found that little thrippence. So, and this little patch here in the next field, or this little patch size in the next field, is where I got those hammered fragments. And it's on the top of the top of the hill in the back field, so you can see mostly all around you. Not that that makes any bloody difference, mind you. But it would do if there was a Neolithic settlement, early Christian. It would be kind of cool. So when I took the drone out that time looking for potential sites, if you were a Bronze Age traveller, where would you make your camp? And really, I would say, in most cases you would need to be beside water, wouldn't you? And although there are a couple of scheduled sites near here, there may have been water at some stage. And I know there's some small rivers, very small trickly type things, almost like little shucks, as you would call them, in the country. Could have been, I must actually see if there's any historic river data. Because you'd want a water supply, as well as plenty of rabbits and deer and whatnot, I suppose. I'm rambling again over a coin. Right, on to the next. So 34, all bars to the right. Switcher on. And immediately. There we go. Can you see it? I'm pretty sure this time it's a musket ball, not one of those strange wet things. Yes. Little musket ball, one of the older ones with the white lead. Jam jar nearly full now. A lot of hoo-han about up in this area. Of course, we're not a million miles away from the Battle of Ballynahinch. Ballynahinch being over that direction. Over that direction, just there, about 7 miles as the crow flies. And Lisburn, that direction, about 4 or 5 miles as the crow flies. And in 1798, when you had there was a rebellion all over Ireland in 1798, led by various figures within the United Irishmen. Here it was a chap, Henry Munro, and he was captured after the Battle of Ballynahinch, and he was taken to Lisburn, and his head was put on the spike of where the museum is now. Captured by the Royalists, the Royalist yeomanry from Hillsborough, who I can just imagine galloping all around these fields here looking for the United Irishmen as they made their retreat. Another famous figure who was, if you look up Battle of Ballyhinch and a girl called Betsy Gray, she was a United Irish woman, I suppose. She was seen as the heroine of the day, and she was caught 2 miles from here, and well, if you look it up, it wasn't very pleasant what they did to her. And to think that possibly these musket balls could have been used to summarily execute United Irish men who were on the retreat from Battle of Ballyhinch. Of course, also he had the one in Wexford, Battle of Vinegar Hill, at the same time, but it was all put down. It was all put down. Very terrible. I don't think there's been any stage in Ireland's history where there's been peace. Maybe the first hunter-gatherers who crossed over to these shores crossed the ice sheet when it was still the Ice Age, 10,000 odd years ago. They were probably peaceful, and they were probably knocking the shite out of each other as well. We're just not a very peaceful species, and if there's any aliens out there who have surpassed and got over all that in their evolutionary progression to higher intelligence, they must look at us as some sort of a medieval science experiment, a socially anthropological science project. There you go. That's a topic for another debate, usually on the other channel. Oh, the next one. So just in one of the paddocks, you can see the length of the grass here. So from this to this. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Love the new hairstyles. Nonny's coming over. Come here. So I had no pet lambs this year, which is a good thing, because when you have to hand rear bottle feed them right up to adulthood, well, up until they're fit to graze and eat, they become very friendly, but they also become very boisterous. And if you're out walking through the field, they'll take a notion of charging you, knocking you into the next field, just for the laugh. Whereas these ladies here are they're more timid, which is a good thing. Not to say that if you were a complete stranger walking through, that you wouldn't get butted. Right, well, we're going to cut it there. I have a wild druth on me. I'm not even going to bother with the front fields. Well, I might go out. The video might be part 1, part 2. If there's a part 2, it would have just meant that I have went into the house, had something to eat, and went out again. If I can be bothered. But if it's finishing here, I wish you happy hunting, look after yourselves, talk to you soon, and see you on the next. All the best. Bye bye. Hello hammerheads, and welcome back to the channel. You are most welcome. A couple of hours to kill, so I'm going to spend an hour or so in the back fields, and then we'll head to the front. Hello, welcome back to the channel. A couple of hours to kill, so we're going to head up the back fields here for an hour or so, and then maybe we'll try the front fields, see how we get on. So using the trusty legend today, just watching the swallows here flying about here, like little aerial aerobatics. It's always great to watch them. Do you ever see any...